Okay. Judge, so if you want to put the, unmute the microphone in the long one that has the long neck that I handed you. Okay, you know what? I must have muted the main one. Hold on. What you do? Just go right there.
So it should be unmuted.
Yeah, for
Okay.
you to talk.
Okay.
The
Great.
rest, all of us should be muted except for this one. That's
Okay.
the main one.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Well, I spent my time driving over here and I don't think that I went. Let me go to Chrome right now and Adobe Shine and get that paperwork. Okay, let's see. Actually, I think I did it before lunch. Let's see if I can find it.
So this was signed on March 7th.
Oh, it was signed on March 7th? Okay. Okay, give me the cause number. I'll look for it that way, I guess.
Yes, it is
You gave it to me.
630.
290, I'm sorry.
90.
Let me look for it that way. Okay, here it is.
It's Tim Roundtree.
Yeah, I'll be with you in just a second. I'm just getting copies of the plea paperwork that was submitted.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought that was the right printer, but maybe it's not. Let me try another one. But that should be it. Why doesn't it want to do it? Oh. Alida, it needs paper. The printer needs paper.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Okay, and I don't know how to load it. Actually, I think I can go ahead and start this plea without that part. Okay. Okay, Mr. Santiago Espinosa, can you unmute yourself and turn on your video? Thank you. Okay, Mr. Espinosa, will you please raise, thank you very much. Will you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You may lower your hand. This is cause number 630290, the state of Texas versus Santiago Espinosa. Counselors, please make your announcement. Thank you very much.
Jeff King on behalf of the state.
Roundtree for Mr. Santiago.
All right, so are you Santiago Espinosa?
Yes.
Are you a US citizen, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You've been charged, and I don't know if who's going to be able to share this document. It's entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. And it is a document you reviewed with your attorney, Mr. Santiago. You should be seeing it on your screen. You see that now? It says
Yes.
that you're charged with the offense of obstruction of a highway/roadway as a Class B misdemeanor. The range of punishment for that offense is up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail and or a fine up to $2,000. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to go to page 2 where it shows defendant's signature. Did you sign that, Mr. Espinosa?
Yes, I did.
Do you understand that by signing that document, you're waiving your right to a jury trial, you're waiving your right to remain silent, as well as those other rights also listed in that document?
Yes.
If you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, but then later tonight or tomorrow you change your mind and you want to take back your plea, you would need my permission to be able to take back that plea because I don't have to give that permission. Do you understand that?
I do.
If I assess a harsher punishment than what you have agreed to, then you can take back your plea and nothing you've said or signed for today's hearing can be used against you. All right. So, Mr. Roundtree, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Mr. Espinosa?
I have, Your Honor.
In your opinion, does he have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
He does.
Has he been able to assist you in his defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
I approve the waiver. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. As a preliminary matter, we would move to amend the information, add count 2, obstruction of a highway/roadway, and subsequently move to dismiss count 1.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, that is agreed and it's approved. All right, you may proceed, Mr. King.
Thank you. And then we would ask for 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, probated over the term of 12 months, a $400 fine, 48 hours of community service, a $50 Crime Stopper fee, $60 restitution to Texas DPS, and DWI education, the Victim Impact Panel, ATP evaluation, and ignition interlock for 1/2 the term.
Mr. Roundtree, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Espinosa, to the offense of obstruction of a highway/roadway as a Class B misdemeanor, how do you plead, sir?
I plead guilty.
Is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes.
I will accept your plea. I am going to sentence you to 180 days Bear County Jail. However, that is probated for 12 months. Assess a $400 fine plus court costs. You are to complete 48 hours community service, pay a $50 Crime Stopper fee, pay $60 restitution fee to the Department of Public Safety, complete the DWI education course, the Victim Impact Panel, and the ATP evaluation, and install on your vehicle ignition interlock for 1/2 your term of probation. Furthermore, I will give you 24 hours credit against your 48 community service hours if you are or become fully vaccinated for COVID. As long as you show proof to the probation department, you will get those 24-hour credit. Okay, that's purely optional. It's not mandatory, but it's a good way to cut down on some of the things you have to complete, right?
Yes. Thank you.
So I just want to remind you that this is a very special kind of plea agreement that your attorney has gotten for you, because if you keep all your promises, you will not have a conviction. You are obviously young and you have a life ahead of you and you want it to be a good one. So if for some reason you do not comply with the conditions and terms of your probation, and the state files a motion and I find a good reason to follow it, then I can give you that conviction, revoke your community supervision, assess up to 180 days in Bear County Jail, and you would have a very limited right of appeal. So it's really not good, a good option, right? So I want to wish you the best of luck. Let me just ask you, you filled out a personal data sheet. And do you swear that everything on there is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. Furthermore, I did follow your plea agreement, so that means you have you do not have a right to appeal. I'm going to ask you to meet with Miss. We don't have a CLO today. I don't think she's come back. She didn't know about the plea.
She didn't, Your Honor, but I went ahead and forward the invite, so.
Oh, okay, great. All right. So I'm going to ask you to go to a breakout room, Mr. Espinosa. And then the probation officer will tell you some important information on what to expect and how to proceed, okay?
Your Honor, before we do it, I did have one or two quick things. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First, just in preparation for the plea agreement, Mr. Espinosa did do both the DWI and victim impact. And so I would just ask that he would be able to be given credit for that when he provides those certificates, which he has sent to me, and I believe we actually sent to the state as well.
Okay, absolutely.
And,
He
and
will
the
get
second,
credit.
I'm sorry, Judge. The second
I-
thing was that Mr. Espinosa has a trip planned to New York on Santiago. What were the dates? May what?
May 7th through the 13th.
Okay. And this was a personal trip, Judge. But we would, just because, you know, it'll take a while for probation to get in the works. I wanted to bring that to your attention now. And so we would be asking for permission for that. And Judge, I'm happy to file a written travel permit. If that's probably the best, I'll send it to Ms. Castillo as well.
Yeah, I really would appreciate that. And I'll be glad to sign it right away.
Okay. And then
Yeah. Okay.
and the last thing, Judge, is so this was, I believe it was a conviction, not a deferred. So
Oh, you're absolutely right.
So I would like it to be a deferred, but I think all our paperwork reflects that it was a conviction. And so that's what we were expecting, Judge.
I don't know why I got, I guess maybe I was projecting. I don't know. But yes.
Judge, out of the
actually-
kindness of your heart, you declined to follow the
So-
plea bargain. And if you want to do that,
No.
that'll be fine.
No, I have to correct it, Mr. Espinosa. Actually, I did say that I sentenced you to Bear County Jail for 180 days, but that is probated for 12 months. But everything else about not having a conviction. Unfortunately, that does not apply to your agreement. However, I do hope that you will complete this wholeheartedly, because that will also reflect on who you are and the fact that you say you're going to do something and you actually follow through. Okay. I mean, it says a lot about people when they say they're going to do something and they actually complete it successfully. So that is actually a positive thing for your future. So and now probation is not going to be easy. So it's going to be something that you have to take very seriously. Okay. But you don't ever want to be back here again on this same kind of thing. So this is basically a life lesson for all of us. We all make mistakes. Sometimes we make poor choices, but as long as we, reform or understand how we got there and don't ever do it again, then it's all good. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. And on behalf of Mr. Espinosa, I know he would say thank you to the state. This was out of character for Mr. Espinosa, and a DWI would have really affected him significantly going forward. So he's expressed to me that he's grateful for this opportunity.
Yeah. Well, we wish you the best, Mr. Espinosa. We see people here all the time that, happen to make a bad choice and then find themselves here, but then they go on to have good lives and never have to come back maybe until they're called to be jurors or something like that, more positive. Okay, well, I want to advise you that you should be getting a prompt on your screen that says join breakout room, whatever, if it's 2 or 3, just click on that and then you will be in a breakout room. We are going to get the court liaison officer to join you shortly, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Roundtree. I appreciate I get into sort of a routine.
I understand, Judge. I do too. And no problem. Thank you for
Yeah.
taking our plea on, I don't think you really had a docket today. So we really appreciate you getting us in.
Oh, yeah, no, we actually, we were fine today, but we're always happy to see you. You take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye. See you, Mr.
Thank
King.
you. Bye-bye. Do we have any other pleas, Alita? Is that the only one?
I believe that that's the only one, Judge, that came in.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you all very much. You all have a wonderful afternoon. I think that means we can go back and catch up on other stuff, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
You have a good afternoon too.
You too. Oh, wait, you know what? Let me get us off of YouTube Live. 1 second.